5 major questions you should ask before buying any land in Port Harcourt. I found out that most of the times we don't really know the particular questions to ask to ensure that the property you're buying is one that suits what you want to do with the property, and also gives you the best out of your real estate investment, and also to ensure that the property you're buying is not one that will bring you issues in the future. So in this video, I'm going to be addressing the major questions you should ask before buying any plot of land in the city of Port Harcourt. Hi, I am Jocelyn Nadi and I'm called the real estate therapist. So right here, we're not just about bringing you properties to buy. I'm also focused on giving you the right information and the right education to ensure you're making the best out of your real estate investment and that you are also investing right. Hence our mantra, understand first, then invest right. So we also bring you educational content to enlighten you more on the best ways to invest in Port Harcourt and also get more out of your real estate investment. So if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and also turn on your notifications so you know when we post subsequent videos like this. Let's get right into the video for today. What questions should you ask before buying any property, any piece of land in the city of Port Harcourt? One, what documents are on the land? Now, it's not just about asking about the documents on the land. You also want to go a step further to ask what stage of the land acquisition are they in, because I found out that most of the times developers in Port Harcourt, they don't start selling when they have done everything, acquired the land and then gotten the documents and then go ahead to register the documents to get CFO before they start selling. No, most developers also give the window for early investors to get into the development. So some actually start selling immediately they acquire the property, and then as they are selling, they go on to do more things on the property, like getting the survey of the land ready, registering the documents, acquire a CFO and all of that. That is why you see properties for very affordable prices in Port Harcourt, starting from 500,000 naira, 600,000 naira. Then, as they go on to perfect the title of their property, perfect the documents, and also bring more development to the land, the value and the price of the land keep on appreciating. So, at the point of you buying, you need to ask the question of the documents that are on this property right now. Is it a deed of conveyance? Has the survey been registered? You need to ask the question of what stage are they on now to know where your entry level is. If you're not comfortable investing when these properties are still being perfected, when the documents are still being perfected, then you should know where they are. And if they are not at that point where everything has been done, then you can literally leave the property and find other ones that have already finished everything and perfected the documents on that property. But if you're comfortable entering the development, especially when it is with very trusted developers that you can see the work they have done over the years, if you're comfortable with entering the development very early, even as they are still on the early acquisition stage, then you should also know. Now, the second question you also want to ask is, who is the developer? Who is the seller? This is very important, especially when you are buying in a new development, in somewhere that is still developing. You need to know who is selling, and also you need to know if they have done any work over the years. This is to know the track record of who you are investing with, because most of the times you can literally see how much someone would do in a new development by what they have done in the past. Now, this is not to say that new investment companies or new real estate companies that are coming into the market would not be able to do something right. Literally, asking the question of the seller or the developer and also the values they bring to the table would give you a perspective of who you are investing with. Now, classifying serious developers is based on one, development, and two, perfection of their document title, because this is very, very important. You want to know if this developer is good with development. Have they been doing great development? And two, how good are they with perfecting their title? How many of their properties from long ago now has a CFO? This will give you an idea of the type of developer you are investing with, to know if it's someone that will go ahead to perfect the title on the document of the property that you are investing in, or someone that will just relax and just sell. Okay, now the third question and very important question you want to ask is, where is this land located? Now, you asking the question of where is this land located, no matter who you are investing with, will give you a perspective. I like to classify locations in Port Harcourt into three. One, places that are late land banking locations. That is places that are already fully developed and ready to live in. That is what we call the buy and build areas. The second is short-term land banking locations. Now, these are places that are next for development according to the development trend of the state. Now, there is a trend of development when it comes to Port Harcourt. You can literally see how development is moving from the major city and down to developing locations. Okay, now the next point of development is what I call the short-term land banking locations. Now, the next is long-term land banking locations. How do you classify long-term land banking locations? They are the second or the third locations from the trend of development where development will hit. After this location is fully developed, this is the next location that will be fully developed down. This second location for development is what I call the long-term land banking location. And also the third, that they are also classified as long-term land banking locations. Now I'm going to be giving you examples of these locations. For the late land banking locations or buy and build locations, they are the major city centers, places like Elios, East West Road, Rumboko, Igrita, Ifiama, Abloma, off Pitodili Road areas. Buying in this kind of locations is that you want to build immediately, you want to buy, build, and live immediately, and you also want to live inside the city center. Okay, these are the late land banking locations. I call it late land banking because in some cases people buy in these locations also to keep for a while, say 12 to 18 months, before they either develop or resell. So these are the locations that are great for it. They are buildable locations already. If that is what you're looking for, then you want to invest in these buildable locations already. For the short-term land banking locations, these are the next point of development. That is where development is moving to. And you can literally classify this location because of the interest in those locations and the development happening in these locations speedily. Places like Eneka, Port Harcourt are short-term land banking locations. They are short-term because if you want to start building there in 2 years, in 3 years, it is very much possible because at that point, these areas will be very much occupied, livable. Places like Eneka, places like Igirita, Port Harcourt, these places are short-term land banking locations. That is where the population is migrating to right now. Now, for the long-term land banking location, these are the places that you need to give time before you can see significant development in these locations. Places like Ipo, places like Abara, places like Omagwa, all of these places are long-term land banking locations. And in these areas, you will still see very affordable properties from 500,000 naira to 1 million, 1.5, 2 million naira at the moment. Okay, so you asking the question of where is it located is to know if the location fits what you want to do. So this will give you a perspective on the best places to invest in. And also when you're working with people, when they suggest locations, you know if it suits what you want or not. Now, the fourth thing you want to ask, which is very important because this is the major reason why most places get demolished. You want to ask the question of zoning for the area you are buying into. What is the zoning for this area from the master plan of the state? To ensure you are buying in an area that suits what you want to do. From the master plan of the state, some areas are reserved. You don't have to do anything there. And then let's say this area is now located in that reserved area. It wouldn't work because on the long run, something must come in, maybe a major road passing through that area, leading to demolition of properties that affect that construction. So this is the major thing you should ask when it comes to zoning. You want to know the major zone, the particular zone for where you are investing to avoid demolition in the future. The next question you want to ask is, what other fees would you pay if you buy this property? This is very important, but most of the time, developers in Port Harcourt make it all inclusive. So everything you're paying is all inclusive of the price you're paying for the land and every other thing. But sometimes it is not like that. So you need to ask the question, What other things am I paying for? Am I paying development fee? How much is the development fee? Am I paying for my documents? How much am I paying for it? You need to know other things that are required of you to pay so that you are sure that it's something that you are comfortable with and it's also within the budget of what you want to spend for that investment. A bonus tip, the next question you should ask when buying a land in Port Harcourt is, after buying, what next? When will I get my document? Most times documentation take within 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes a month to be ready. You want to know when the documents will be ready. And then allocation. You should ask, when will I get allocated? Sometimes the date for the allocation might not have been fixed, but to know how fast it will take you to get allocated, you want to check the track record of the company in terms of allocation. How frequently do they do their allocation? Have they done any allocation on this property before? You want to know so that you know the time range, like how long it will literally take for you to get allocated. When am I required to start building? Because sometimes when you buy into a property, especially in short-term land banking locations, you might be required to start building immediately or within 2 to 3 years, because there is a property we have in Igritali, that is Bowen Mega City. The developers are working tirelessly so that people can start building within 2 years in the estate. Now, in this case, investors in this estate are required to start building within 2 years. And if you are not able to start building in 5 years, because I know they will give you time, it could cause an issue. So you want to know the time range they have given you to start building, to know if it's something that you are comfortable with or something you can work with, especially when you are buying in short-term land banking areas, so that you'll be in safe side and it will not bring issues in the future. Okay, so you want to ask, when will I get my documents, where will I get allocated, and also when is it required of me to start building. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, kindly give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you've not. Also share this video to your friends, your family, your group chat, anywhere you know people would need this information. Please help us and spread the gospel. Share this video so that more people can get in touch with this information and also invest right when it comes to buying properties in Port Harcourt. As you know, I am just Nadi, your number one trusted real estate partner in the city of Port Harcourt. So if you're looking to invest in the city of Port Harcourt and you don't want stress, you want someone that will be with you every step of the way and also make it easy for you without stress, do well to reach out to me on 081 2055 2218, and I'll be delighted to be of assistance in your real estate journey right here in the city of Port Harcourt. Until I come your way again, enjoy a beautiful and fantastic day ahead. Bye bye.